Hello, my name is Kili, nephew of the king under the mountain. Ha! I did I fool you? I hope so! Here is our Kili the Dwarf look from the Hobbit. I have the super nerdy book that helped me with this look today. This is not sponsored, but it is a shameless plug for how nerdy I am. And the actor who played Kili, Aidan Turner, in the Hobbit movies didn't wear hardly any prosthetics on his face. So I thought this was the easiest look to replicate from any of the Lord of the Rings anythings. And I'm really excited that you're here with me to learn how I became the most feminine version of Aidan Turner. My husband and I both have kind of a huge crush on Aidan Turner because of The Hobbit and because of Poldark. If you haven't watched Poldark, you need to. And I hope this is the only masculine look that I do, because this channel is about embracing our femininity, but a friend suggested this to me and it was too good to pass up, particularly because I have the hair color, I have the waves, I have the brown eyes, I have a lot of the bone structure already, and so I just wanted to try it out. So I'm glad you're here with me, and if you want to learn how to turn into a man temporarily, please keep watching. So I'm looking forward today because I literally am doing only stage makeup. You can recreate these things with your own products at home, but I just felt like I'd best be able to show you with the things that are meant to be used in this fashion. So I have my whole kit and caboodle here. No, literally, my kit is in my caboodle. I'm a 90s kid, no apologies. And we're gonna start with our base. Really important for stage makeup is that your face is clean and moisturized. So I just washed my face and then put my moisturizer on. And then we're just gonna go in with one of these cosmetic sponges, a cosmetic wedge, and just do our foundation. And our foundation is natural beige. The color is natural beige. Then this is what it looks like. Hang on. Gotta get it out here. I would wear this as normal foundation because it's cream and it's like really easy to blend with. And it's just nice stuff. And let's get our foreheads. This smells like high school, even though I used stage makeup more in college than I did in high school. It just has a very distinct smell. I told myself while I put on my foundation I would sing the Lonely Mountain song, but clearly I got too excited. Now I'm going to try my hardest not to raise my eyebrows because we can't powder them right away because we'll do some contouring on the brow, on the forehead. So I hope that right there was the extent of me raising my eyebrows. And it's really important with stage makeup that you do all of your cream products before you do any powder products, because powder is meant to set the cream, and if you put powder products on before you finish with your cream products, it'll just mess up how this makeup is supposed to work. So we're going to do a little bit of contouring first. And so what you normally see me contour with is this guy. And it is from my normal makeup bag, but that's because I stole it from my makeup kit, from my stage makeup kit. So this is what I'm going to use. It's kind of a cool brown. It's not got warm tones in it because we're going to do the beard with warm tones and we want them to look different. So the first place we're definitely going to contour is the big brow bone dent that a lot of men have that women usually just don't. Looks like Aidan Turner's is pretty pronounced above his eyebrows. And if you feel your forehead, you can kind of feel where it is. So I am going to go along my natural brow bone up here. Normally we talk about the brow bone here with makeup, but this is the top part of the brow bone. I am going to use a brush for this just so it's precise. And I am going to go for sure where I know. Here. And it kind of dissipates after that, and then it goes kind of straight across and then goes along this way. So we've got that crazy line. It feels crazy right now, but we're going to blend it out, don't worry. And then he's got a really pronounced shadow in here. So we're going to draw that in. I have a unibrow in a lot of places. So we're going to draw that in and we'll blend it all out at the same time. He's got a pretty pronounced chin. So we're going to do this here. And his cheekbones are pretty pronounced. Here. And here. Now again, we are going to put a beard over this, but for right now, that's fine. And let's put some in this inner corner and it blends up into the brow. He's got pretty deep set eyes, so that's a plus for me. Actually, the more I look at this picture, the more I feel like I look like Aiden Turner, which feels weird because I think he's kind of a hottie. And so it feels weird to like think that and then be like, oh, and I look like him. That's not what I'm intending, but the more I look at him, the more I feel like he looks like my brother and I. Okay, so we put contour on the brow, on the very top of the nose, inside the inner corner of my eyes, and I've kind of blended that out already and took it down here, around these pockets of around my nostrils and around my chin and under here. We're going to blend with our finger, just to blend this out. But I have my sponge on hand for if I have added too much product. Now, it might look a little weird at first, but that's because we don't have any highlight on. So the opposite of contouring is highlighting. So we are going to highlight in the spots that we want to be opposite of where we shaded. So I have this little product here that is a highlight color. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a flesh color, but it's very, very light. Some fair people could use this as a concealer or even a foundation. But this is ultra light because it's a cream highlight. That's what it's intended for. We are going to highlight above here on both sides, above where we contoured before, definitely right here above where it dips in, right above the bridge. Kind of all along here above the eyebrows is highlighted. Definitely right under this indent right here. The tops of our cheekbones for sure, because once we put our beard on, we might not be able to see the contour as well, so we want this part. This is so fun to be doing stage makeup again. The origins of contouring definitely came from the stage, but we're kind of brought into makeup culture by drag queens. And so now everybody contours, like the business about changing your face shape with highlight and shadow. But that definitely originated on the stage. So it's kind of fun to have gotten that knowledge before I really got invested in makeup itself. Definitely on the front bulb of our nose. And I kind of blended as I went, but let's just I'm going to take this and bend it in half. So it's kind of like a mini beauty blender. And we're just going to blend that out. Aiden Turner does have a smaller top lip than I do. I don't know if you care about that. Okay, so we're kind of all blended out. Let's go ahead and do the beard. Oh, yay, I'm so excited. So I've got a little stippling sponge, boink, 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 and I'm going to go in with this color here. It is It is called Cinnamon Cream Color. It is a warm brown. And we're going to go ahead and get our beard going. Super excited. So his beard is more stubble than a beard. It is thickest, it looks like, along the jawline and down. It's not as thick on his cheeks. So we're gonna start with our sideburns and our jaw. And down and across. Go under here. I gotta change the way I'm stippling because otherwise you'll be able to see the pattern. I might speed this up. That looks good for now. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm gonna put in some more highlight on my forehead. I just feel like I didn't get this area of my forehead as much as I wanted to. I'm really pleased with this so far. So let's take powder and blend the top half of our face. We're still gonna let the beard calm down a little bit. So I just have a fair translucent powder and I'm going to pat that on with a thing to pat it with. One of these makeup pad thingies. And we're just gonna pick it up because it's a lot of product and just going to press it onto these places. Don't worry if it gets in your eyebrows. We'll take care of that in a little bit. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna let it sit just for a moment while I evaluate my beard situation. Let's see, does it need more? His beard goes down crazy far, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Kind of dissipates out though. Gotta make sure it's symmetrical, that's for sure. Can't have hair grown on our lips now. Can't have that. Okay, I'm going to just take a brush and brush off the powder that is in excess. Okay, now that we've powdered, I am going to put a little bit of eyeliner on my top lashes, just a tiny bit, to make my eyes more obvious. I'm not trying to look pretty. But I do want my eyes to not be hidden amongst this gorgeousness. I am going to use an eyeshadow brush just to make sure that powder is packed onto my eyelid. Don't want those to crease, because then our eyeliner will get onto the top of our eyelids and we can't have that. Make sure you get under the eye so that your makeup doesn't crease. Great, so we got our eyeliner, which is perf, just a teeny bit. Now let's go ahead and take care of these eyebrows. Normally we pluck them. Today we're going to add more on. If I were feeling really adventurous, we could take fake eyelashes and cut them up and glue them on, but we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna draw them on. I'm going to take that eyeliner I just used and I'm gonna just draw in a bajillion little hairs. So actually my eyebrows, if I don't pluck them, look exactly like this. So this is really something. We're gonna comb through them quick so that they don't have powder on them. But they can be scrappy looking. I mean, he's wandering around in the wilderness for like a million years. Just on the underside. And now I'm just taking a little bit of these cream products and I'm making a point up here. Just a little bit. Just so they have a little bit more movement than just being tight to my head. Sure, that'll do. Now, compared to my brows now and my hair, my beard is looking a little bit light. So I'm gonna go in with the same stipple sponge and the black that I was just messing with, and I'm just going to texture my beard a little bit more and make it darker. Sure, I'm glad I waited. I'm glad I decided to do Kili and not one of the other dwarves, because all the other dwarves have like giant beards, and I didn't know how I was going to do that. I mean, I did, but that was going to be like a lot of work. And after this, we will powder the beard so it stays in place. Okay, now let's powder. Again, taking our little powder puff and pressing it onto the face. And then we'll take a brush and brush away the excess. Great, I think we're finished, which is kind of crazy. We have to do something with this hair. Now, Kili's hair is parted down the middle, but I don't have bangs, so this might be interesting. And I also have this giant cowlick, which is something. That's not bad. I also kind of look like Weird Al. I also kind of look like Jesus. So that's that. I'm not putting anything on the lips or the cheeks or the eyelashes because that would make us look more feminine, and we don't want that. So if you enjoyed today's, this is the finished Kili look. I think this is fun. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to my husband. I don't have a costume to accompany this, but I do have my White Tree of Gondor t-shirt on. And although they don't really overlap, because one's Lord of the Rings, one's a Hobbit, it's fine. I still thought it was festive. I keep playing with my hair so in such a feminine way. No, rev it up. I've been adventuring for my whole life. I've got the waves even like he does, and I've got the brown eyes, so I thought this was too perfect to pass up. Remember, if you think of any other Halloween ideas, use hashtag #RitzyHalloween on here on Instagram, and I hope to find it. Thanks for joining me while I became a man in the most temporary sense possible. I hope to see you next time. Remember, keep it real.